Hey guys, Frightener22 here, and welcome to my April 13th DVD update. It's been just about a month since the last DVD update, so I'm going to show you guys all the Blu-rays, DVDs, and TV show box sets I've gotten within the last month. So this is going to be, yet again, another, huge load of stuff, so let's get right into it. The first thing I got is a Blu-ray. It's the 25th anniversary edition of the classic Stand By Me. I love this film a lot. I actually watched this film, and it looked great. The PQ and the audio were, really outstanding on it. And then immediately after I watched it, I rewatched it again with the video commentary that was provided by director Rob Reiner and actors Corey Feldman and Will Wheaton. It's a really, really informative commentary and a really cool experiment in the commentary field, where there's actually a box in the corner, a visual aid that you can see all three of them providing the commentary over it. So I actually really hope that more movies in the future do this, because I thought it was really cool, and the commentary track was really, really interesting and informative. Listen, there's a lot of cool facts that I never knew about the production. Michael Jackson's brief and almost appearance on the soundtrack of the film. Just really, really interesting stuff. A phenomenal movie and a really, really good Blu-ray purchase. So absolutely pick this one up. It's definitely a must-buy. The next one I got is actually the first release from a new company called Midnight Legacy Collection, and this is the Blu-ray edition of Alien 2 on Earth. No, this isn't a sequel to Ridley Scott's actual Alien film. That, of course, is Aliens. This is an Italian knockoff film, which I've actually heard is a lot of fun. I'll be honest, I haven't checked out the Blu-ray yet because I've just got a ton of stuff, and I've actually been pretty good. I've actually been watching quite a lot of it, but this is one that has really kind of fell between the cracks for me. But from what I've heard, you can go on countless websites and read reviews, but the overall opinion on this is that this was actually a really, really stunning transfer, and this company really put a lot of heart and effort into giving everybody a really good transfer on this. So I really look forward to seeing what else Midnight Legacy has in store for us, because I'm definitely curious to see what other tricks they have up their sleeve in the future. The next one I got is, of course, a new installment in the Roger Corman Cult Classics collection from Shout Factory. This time it's a double feature of Jackson County Jail and Caged Heat. Caged Heat is actually a women in prison Jonathan Demme film, while Jackson County Jail is actually has a young Tommy Lee Jones in it. I have to be honest, this double feature was actually one of the best double features from the Corman line up till this point, and specifically Jackson County Jail was one of the better made and probably one of the best acted films I've seen in this whole lineup. I can't really stress enough to pick this double feature up, because it's just really, really great. I think both films, while different and definitely dealing with, the theme of jail and, serving hard time is definitely evident in both films. They're very different films in tone as well as in story, but it's, both films complement each other really nicely, and just for Jackson County Jail alone, it's well worth the purchase. So I absolutely recommend picking up this double feature. The Corman line is always fun to collect, but that double feature was actually, extra fun. Excuse me. The next four, actually, I've just been really on a kick with 90s horror films, specifically the 90s slashers films, to really get me excited for Scream 4 coming out this week. So I decided, with Wes Craven, of course, in mind, I decided to pick up the Wishmaster series. So the first, disc I got is actually a double feature of Wishmaster and Wishmaster 2. I recall Wishmaster, the original Wishmaster, hitting theaters, and I remember seeing the posters for it in my local theater, but I never actually have seen it. All these years have gone by, and I still haven't seen it. Of course, the original, they were produced by Wes Craven. He didn't direct any of these, but, his name was prominently attached to all the posters when it was originally released. But, I thought this was a pretty good steal to get the first two on a double feature. I still haven't checked them out, but hopefully before Scream 4 comes out, I'll be able to check out at least one or two of them. Moving on from that, I also got Wishmaster 3, Beyond the Gates of Hell. Like I said, I haven't gotten to this, but of course I will absolutely be checking this out once I get through the first two. And to round out the collection up to this point in time is Wishmaster, The Prophecy Fulfilled. Sorry about the glare on this one, guys. The black covers always get the glare pretty badly. But yeah, this is the fourth and final installment of the Wishmaster series. So I'm happy to own all of them, and I'm looking forward to cutting into them, because I've definitely heard some cool things, especially about the first one. Another horror film that I picked up just mainly to complete the collection was one that I just always put off, because I just figured it was just a really unnecessary purchase, but if not for anything else but a completist mentality, I had to pick it up, and it was like dirt cheap. So yes, granted, I did pick this up like a day or two, or I may have actually bought it on St. Patrick's Day just to, you know, call it a day. So I picked up the final and the most recent installment of the Leprechaun series, Leprechaun Back to the Hood. This was the only one that I was missing from it, because I have the original Leprechaun Pot of Gore collection that housed all 5 of the original films, including Leprechaun in the Hood, but then they followed it up with another sequel, Back to the Hood. So I think I've only seen like half of this. It's absolutely atrocious. I mean, it's funny and it's goofy, but it's just a bad movie. It really is just bad, but I can say that I own all the Leprechaun films now, so I'll definitely get around to watching the full film one of these days, one of these St. Patty's days. The next one that I got is actually a really cool Blu Ray box set that I got on Amazon for a really good deal. I believe it was like $31, and a lot of people jumped on that price when it was that low. It still might be that low. I'm not 100% sure, but I got this for like $30, and this is the Ray Harryhausen Blu Ray Collection, which has 4 of his famous films. It came from Beneath the Sea, Earth vs. the Flying Saucers, 20 Million Miles to Earth, and The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad. Now, I've always been a big Harryhausen fan, but these, you know, early films I haven't checked out. I did manage to check out the first one in this, which is It Came from Beneath the Sea. I really enjoyed it, actually. I thought it was a fun film, and of course the stop motion provided by Harryhausen is really outstanding, really ahead of its time. Harryhausen is just a master at his craft, and these films are, you know, treated really, really wonderfully. I think you can get all the first 3 films in colorized versions, along with their original black and white films, and of course the Seventh Voyage of Sinbad was filmed in color. But this is a great collection. I mean, if you can still scoop it up for like $30, $31, I'd highly recommend it, because it's a steal for that price. The next one that I got, I'm a big Disney supporter, and I do own the DVD of this, but for all you guys that don't know, April 30th, Disney is going to be closing the vault yet again on 3 recent titles, including Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the Fantasia and Fantasia 2000 double feature, and this title right here, one of my favorite Disney films of all time. This is the 70th anniversary edition of Pinocchio. I had to get it on Blu-ray. Like I said, I had it on DVD, and this being one of my my favorite Disney films, I really wanted to get it in the Blu-ray format. And of course, just, you know, I had just watched it not too long ago, but, you know, once I got it, I had to just flip through a few scenes to see how it looks on Blu-ray. And of course, Disney never disappoints in that department. It looks stunning. The sound is terrific. So I'm really, really happy to add this before it heads back into the Disney vault. So once again, guys, this film, the Fantasia 2000 double feature, and Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs are going back into the Disney vault April 30th. So secure your copies of the DVD or Blu-ray before, you know, you guys don't get another chance at them for at least another 7 or 10 years. Moving on, it's another Blu-ray, which is unofficially part of the Ray Harryhausen collection, but they didn't include it in there, so I scooped it up. I still haven't watched it yet, which is surprising, but this is one of his more famous works, and it's Jason and the Argonauts. Really excited to have this. This, of course, has like the famous skeletons with the swords and shields and stuff. So, like I said, I haven't bought it, but, you know, being on that Harryhausen kick, I really wanted to add this because it just didn't feel right not having it in the collection next to that box set. So, you know, I'm still on a Harryhausen kick, so I'll be cutting into a lot of these Harryhausen flicks in the upcoming weeks. Kind of an impulse buy that I did is another Blu-ray. It was like $6.99, and I never owned this film in any DVD, previous DVD version at all, so I figured for $6.99, I may as well get the Blu-ray of it. And it's a good one. It's a classic. It's a Tom Cruise in Risky Business. So, you know, for $6.99, you really can't go wrong with this. And what is cool is that there is there's an exclusive to Blu-ray video commentary, which actually has Tom Cruise, Paul Brookman, and John Avnet in it, which is really cool. I mean, that being exclusive to the Blu-ray is really cool. So, to be honest, I mean, just reading it now, I didn't even realize that it was a video commentary, much like the Stand By Me edition is. So I'm actually really looking forward to check out this video commentary, and it's just cool to see Tom Cruise come back. You know, he's definitely an actor that, obviously seeing this, he's definitely an actor that hasn't forgotten his roots and where he came from. So it's always cool and satisfying to see that in actors. The next two I got were some older Disney films that I wanted to check out. They have no foreseeable Blu-ray releases, but I'm sure that'll change, you know, in the future. But, you know, for the time being, I wanted to scoop these up. And this was actually only like $12. It's the 2-disc special edition of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I've always wanted to watch this film, so I really wanted to pick it up and check it out. I still haven't gotten around to it, but from what I understand, they are prepping a remake or a reimagining of it with David Fincher at the helm of it. So that, mixed in with my own personal curiosity, it was about time that I finally checked it out, so I'm looking forward to it. The other older Disney film that I picked up, I did watch, and it's the 1979 sci-fi film, The Black Hole. This has Ernest Borgnine and Anthony Perkins in it, and it's cool. It's definitely a product of its time. This is pre-Tron, so the technology is definitely dated. The story kind of lags, but there's definitely a very cool charm in this film, and for those that are interested, the director of Tron Legacy, John Krasinski, is actually developing his own reimagining of it with Disney, so I'll be looking forward to that. But the original is definitely something worth checking out. I can't imagine everybody loving it, but you know, it's a decent, fun time, so I'd recommend giving it at least a rent. Another one that I did was just more or less a blind buy because my friend was kind of talking this up. It's a sword and sandal movie from Lucio Fulci, who's, you know, better known for a ton of Italian horror films such as City of the Living Dead and The Beyond. But I picked this one up for like $7. It's called Conquest. I haven't checked this one out yet, but my friend was just really, really raving about it, so I figured for $7, I do enjoy the sword and sandal subgenre, so I figured, you know, Lucio Fulci handling this seems really interesting, so I'm definitely excited to check out what he's going to do in this genre. The next two titles I got are actually two exploitation cinema double features. The first one I picked up at the most recent Exhumed film screening in Philadelphia, where I saw 35mm prints of Gargoyles and The Incubus, which was really cool. So these two exploitation cinema double features I picked up there. The first one is Teenage Graffiti and Teenage Mother. Like I said, I just recently got these, so I haven't gotten the chance to sit down and really watch the double features yet, although the next one I did. But these two I hadn't, and I had been curious about these for a while, and I mainly wanted to pick them up because I was kind of getting paranoid and thinking that these were going to be going out of print in the near future. I have no fact or actual information to really support that. It's just like a hunch, because these exploitation cinema double features do go out of print from time to time, and when they do, a few of them can really fetch up to high prices. So I wanted to get this before I encounter that in the future. The next one I got is actually the most recent release of this exploitation cinema banner, and it is Encounter with the Unknown and Where Time Began. Where Time Began is actually Code Red it's actually their their second spine numbered release. It was The Journey to the Center of the Earth, but Where Time Began is actually the longer European cut of that film with just a different title. So that's that, and then the first film on this is Encounter with the Unknown, which is a 70s kind of anthology-esque Twilight Zone-esque film with Rod Serling actually narrating over it too, and that alone was mainly why I did want to pick this up. And I watched Encounter with the Unknown. Nothing really great. It's actually pretty boring. The acting's pretty amateurish, but, it's still kind of cool to own it, and I'm going to be looking forward to checking out Where Time Began, because it is cool that they did put this out here, because the original Code Red release is now out of print, so it's cool that they managed to put this on a double feature in a longer European cut, so it definitely makes the double dip worth it. The next one I got was a Blu Ray, which I just forgot. I actually did pick this up at Exhumed Films as well, and it's the Blue Underground release of Dario Argento's Inferno. This was a blind buy for me. I had actually never seen this film, but I checked it out, and I really enjoyed it. It's a very cool, odd film for Argento, very atmospheric. It's just a really beautiful, odd and dark looking film, but the Blu-ray print is really, really good in it. I would say it's probably not for everybody, but I personally really dug it. So yeah, it's definitely one of those things that I don't really want to talk up too much. I'd rather have somebody just kind of go into it not knowing much and just seeing what they think of it afterwards, because that's really what I did. I just kind of wanted to see, because I do enjoy Argento, but I just never gotten around to this one. So I'm definitely happy with that I did the blind buy. The next one I got is actually a new Disney Blu-ray. One of my favorite, surprisingly awesome films from Disney this year that, you know, I can't, it was so much better. Like, I thought it was going to be good, but I was actually blown away at how good it really was. So I scooped up the Blu-ray DVD copy of Tangled. If you guys haven't seen this film, I can't recommend it enough. This is Disney doing, you know, a computer, you know, a CG film without Pixar, and they pulled it off beautifully. It's funny. It's got a rich story. I thought it had great songs. Everything was really, really good in this. I really don't have one bad thing to say about this, so absolutely check this one out. The next one I got is a very cool, you know, very sought-after television show that people have been longing for years and years, so I'm proud to say that I do officially now own the 5 DVD set of the first season of Dennis the Menace. I remember this being on Nick at Night when I was a kid, you know, way back in the day when they used to play older shows like this. Now it seems all you can find on Nick at Night is like The Nanny or George Lopez, but there was a time when Nick at Night actually played older shows, and, you know, one's of absolute quality. So this is an incredibly charming show, one that all ages should, you know, be introduced to and seen, because it's great. And I'm really, really happy to report too that season 2 is already coming out in May, I believe. I believe it is May. You might want to double check that. It might be May or July, but I know that pre-orders are now up on Amazon, and as of this video, you can lock your pre-order in for $20.99, which is what I got for this, so you really can't beat that. 32 uncut episodes on 5 discs. It's quite a steal. And the second season is going to be 5 discs with 38 episodes for $20.99, so I'd say that's an excellent deal. The next one I got was one of my favorite films of the year. It's the Blu-ray edition of Black Swan. Excellent film, just stunning cinematography, amazing performances, excellent direction, really atmospheric. I loved everything about this. I actually thought that at the Oscar race it was really going to be between David Fincher and Darren Aronofsky for the Best Director Oscar, but of course I was surprised in that. But yeah, this is an excellent film, so you know, if you guys haven't seen this, I don't know what you're waiting for. This was amazing. Absolutely deserving of all the Oscars that it got. The next one I got was a blind buy, and I got it because, you know, I love Disney, and it was only $13.99. It's the Blu-ray DVD combo pack of their 2007 film Enchanted. This was, like I said, this was a blind buy. The cheap price was definitely what threw me over the edge for me, but I actually have heard that this is a pretty fun film. At first, you know, a buddy of mine was telling me that, you know, it wasn't the greatest, but it's certainly a film that grows on you over time. Some people just ended up loving it right from the get-go, but, you know, this was cool. This was a more recent purchase for me, you know, within the last, like, week and a half, so I haven't gotten quite around to it, but I'm happy to have it. You know, I love adding any and all Disney films that, you know, I think I might enjoy, so it's cool to add that. The next 2 I bought at Barnes & Noble, taking advantage of their 50% off coupon on one item. So, of course, I went to 2 locations and picked up some Criterion Blu-rays. The first one I got was one that I've been dying to get for, like, ever, but I just never could, like, force myself to pay the $30+ for it. So I got this for, like, $19 out the door, and it's the Blu-ray release of David Cronenberg's Videodrome. It's probably one, if not his best film. I'm sure many people would argue that it is his best. It's certainly one of his best. It's incredible. It's a fantastically weird, morbid film, so check it out. Can't recommend that one enough. And the other one I got was a blind buy. I was just intrigued by it in the store. I remember reading a few things, you know, I guess maybe in like Blu-ray reviews or something, but it kind of set me over the edge that I wanted to use the coupons on things that were kind of more overpriced no matter where I went. So I picked up the Criterion Blu-ray disc of Roman Polanski's Repulsion. I'm happy to have this. I've heard that it is a pretty cool film, and from the back and everything that I've read, it sounds, you know, really awesome. So I hope that I enjoy it enough, because there's a ton of cool special features on this that, you know, talk about the making of it, and, you know, an audio commentary with Polanski. So it seems really cool. While at Barnes & Noble, I picked up 2 films that were $5 a piece. They were blind buys. The first one I got is Beat Street. It's, you know, kind of like an 80s breakdancing type of movie. I had just recently seen Breakin', so I'm kind of on this kick now where I'm watching all these, like, 80s breakdancing movies, so, definitely got to stream Breakin' too, Electric Boogaloo, but I saw this and I figured $5, I may as well add it into, like, the 80s collection. One that I saw there for $5, which I was surprised, because it's like 13 or 15 on Amazon, and I actually thought it was out of print for a few weeks, but when I saw it for $5, there was no doubt about it. So, of course, coming off the heels of watching things like BMX Bandits, I really wanted to check this one out, and it's Josh Brolin in Thrashin'. This is obviously, like, you know, an 80s skateboarding film, so I guess that goes along really well with the whole 80s BMX thing. So, again, this is, you know, definitely a specific kind of genre film, but I'm excited to check this out. It seems pretty cool. Josh Brolin's in this, as well as Robert Russler from Nightmare 2 and Weird Science and Vam, so this seems like it's going to be fun. Roger Corman's Cult Classics enters another triple feature into their collection, which I just picked up, and you guys can too, for a mere $13.99 on Amazon right now. And it is the action-packed collection of Georgia Peaches, The Great Texas Dynamite Chase, and Smokey Bites the Dust. This is cool, you know, especially for the price. Getting 3 films on 2 discs is really great. The only special features on this is theatrical trailers, which, you know, isn't bad, because, I mean, at the end of the day, you are really just looking for the films themselves, but apparently tracking people down to interview and stuff was, like, near impossible. But just so that you guys know, not that I think it would discourage many people from picking this up, especially if, like, you're a Corman completist, but it does say in the inside box, I don't think they really make aware on the back cover, but it says the version of Georgia Peaches in this set is the international theatrical version titled Follow That Car. We could not find acceptable materials of the television broadcast version, because apparently Georgia Peaches was a TV movie, but it is interesting to note that it is, you know, an international theatrical version, but it is cool that they do let you know that. But in case people didn't know that from reading the back, I just figured I'd give you guys the heads up, but I'm a Corman Shout Factory completist, so it was a no-brainer to add. We got more Disney Blu-rays on the way, so the first, you know, these 2 are, of course, came out the same day, and they are the classic Tron and the new awesome film, the Blu-ray DVD combo of Tron Legacy. Love these films. I saw Tron Legacy was the first film I ever saw in IMAX 3D, and I'm a huge lover of course, the original Tron, so picking these both up on the same day was a real joy. If you guys have never seen any of them, what a great experience, because now you can watch the first one and the second one back-to-back in the format. The Blu-ray treatment on these is absolutely stunning. You need to own these into your Blu-ray collection. They're just amazing. One of the coolest things that I have in this whole DVD update is the Blu-ray release of the Martin Scorsese classic, Taxi Driver. This was only $13 when it came out, and it's still $13 on Amazon. It is like an amazingly, you know, thick hardcover packaging, which I didn't even know when I bought it. And it, of course, it has the disc in there, and then it flaps out again, and there's actually packaged production stills in here. It's a really awesome, you know, it's probably the best, I would say it's probably like the best, like, cheap purchase that you can get for $13. It's an incredible edition of this film. I checked it out, I watched the entire film, and it looks amazing. Like, the Blu-ray treatment on this was perfect. And that's word that I use very seldomly when describing Blu-rays, but the audio, you know, perfect. Just completely retains the integrity of the film, but making it look good, polished, but not too polished. Keeps the, it's a perfect Blu-ray treatment. It's excellent. So I can't recommend this one enough. Something that I just got in yesterday was not part of the Shout Factory Corman line directly, but this is an action-packed double feature in the vein of those types of films, and it's actually a Peter Fonda double feature of Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry, and Race with the Devil. Like I said, I just got these in yesterday, so I think I'll probably be watching Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry tonight, and it sounds really cool. Vic Morrow's in it. It's actually from the director of John Ho, who did The Legend of Hell House and The Incubus, which I just saw last week in theaters, which is an incredibly fucked up, cool movie. But yeah, this was really cool, and I think you can get this. It's a 2-disc set, and it's like $10.99 on Amazon. Awesome. And rounding out the releases for this DVD update was the first time this has ever been put out on DVD, so I'm happy to finally complete my Children of the Corn collection, and I can start watching the sequels, because I would never watch them out of sequence, so I'm proud to say I finally own a legit copy of Children of the Corn 2, The Final Sacrifice. Echo Bridge Home Entertainment just put this out. You can pick it up on Amazon for like $6.99. Even if it isn't the best treatment in the world, I haven't checked out the video of it, but even if it's not, it's $6.99, and it's a legit copy, so you can't complain too much. And rounding out the last two, which I just got yesterday on April 12th, big release day, and it is two more Disney titles. Blu-ray's the first time that The Incredibles is being released on Blu-ray, so I'm happy as hell to own this one. This is an incredibly awesome, entertaining film. And I picked up the Blu-ray DVD combo of Cars. I have Cars already on a single disc Blu-ray, but I got this for like $10, so I figured why not just, you know, get it again. And both of them come with you know, free movie tickets to Cars 2 value. You know, the movie tickets are valued up to $8.50 a piece, so that's definitely cool. So I can't wait to check out The Incredibles. I've checked out Cars, and I know Cars is good, so I don't think much has changed from this release, from the original release, but The Incredibles, the reviews are like amazing, so I'm going to be cutting into this week. But yeah, I can't recommend picking up the Pixar stuff, so we're only one title away from completing our Pixar collections, that being Finding Nemo, so look out for that, you know, in the near future, hopefully. Well, guys, that concludes my April 13th DVD update. Thanks again for tuning in, you know, subscribing to the channel, commenting, all that good stuff. It's always fun. So, thanks again, and I will see you guys Friday, actually, with a new At the Movies, a very in-demand At the Movies from me. So tune in on Friday for my At the Movies review of the very anticipated Scream 4. I'll see you guys on Friday. Later.